years of previous attempts at changing Assad's behavior have all failed, and failed very dramatically. Tonight I call on all civilized nations to join us in seeking to end the slaughter and bloodshed in Syria, and also to end terrorism of all kinds and all.
أما من جهتنا كدول عربية فبالتوازي مع المبادرات وبالإضافة للدعم اللفظي يجب علينا القيام بعدد من الخطوات العملية، وفي مقدمتها إغلاق السفارات الإسرائيلية فورا وقطع أي علاقات مباشرة أو غير مباشرة مع إسرائيل، بالإضافة لتفعيل أحكام المقاطعة. يجب الوقوف إلى جانب أهل غزة والمقاومة فيها رسميا وشعبيا، ماديا ومعنويا، وبكل الوسائل من دون استثناء، والقيام بكل ما من شأنه دعم صمودهم في وجه العدوان.
President Barack Obama speaks out on Syria, telling the world he's going to formally ask Congress to approve military action.
After careful deliberation, I have decided that the United States should take military action against Syrian regime targets. This would not be an open-ended intervention. We would not put boots on the ground. Instead, our action would be designed to be limited in duration and scope. But I'm confident we can hold the Assad regime accountable for their use of chemical weapons, deter this kind of behavior, and degrade their capacity to carry it out. I've long believed that our power is rooted not just in our military might, but in our example as a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. And that's why I've made a second decision. I will seek authorization for the use of force from the American people's representatives in Congress. Our military has positioned assets in the region. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs has informed me that we are prepared to strike whenever we choose. Moreover, the chairman has indicated to me that our capacity to execute this mission is not time sensitive. It will be effective tomorrow, or next week, or 1 month from now. And I'm prepared to give that order.
What was the reality on August 21st? What happened in your judgment?
We're not in the area where the alleged chemical attack was happened, as it alleged. We're not sure that anything had been caused.
Even at this date, you are not sure that chemical weapons, even though you have seen the videotape, even though you've seen the bodies, even though your own officials have been there.
I haven't finished. Our soldiers in another area were attacked chemically. Our soldiers. They went to the hospital as casualties because of chemical weapons. But in the area where they said the government used chemical weapons, we only had video and we only have pictures and allegations. We're not there. Our forces, our police, our institutions don't exist. How can you talk about what happened? You don't have evidences.
Secretary Kerry has presented what he concludes is conclusive evidence.
No, he presented his confidence and he presented his convictions. It's not about confidence, it's about evidence. The Russians have completely opposite evidence that the missiles were thrown from area where the rebels controlled.
During our investigation for crimes against humanity and war crimes, we collect some witness testimony that made to appear that some chemical weapons were used, in particular nervine gas. And what appeared on to our investigation that that was used by the opponents, by the rebels, and we have no indication at all that the government, the authority of the Syria government, have used chemical weapons.
My fellow Americans, on Tuesday, Syrian dictator Bashar al-Assad launched a horrible chemical weapons attack on innocent civilians. Using a deadly nerve agent, Assad choked out the lives of helpless men, women, and children. Tonight I ordered a targeted military strike on the airfield in Syria from where the chemical attack was launched.
I want to be absolutely clear. I was the top prosecutor for the Pentagon, and as a criminal expert, you always look for motive. And I defy anyone in the media to give me a motive for why Syria should use poison gas against the rebels. Now, why would Assad snatch defeat from the jaws of victory? Why, in the midst of all of these battles, would Assad choose to attack civilians rather than military people? It's simply irrational. Now, look at the evidence. Again, as a prosecutor, I want to look at the evidence. We are relying strictly on evidence that is propagated by terrorists. One of them are the white helmets, an arm of al-Qaeda. Why would we take the word of terrorists who murdered 3,000 Americans on 9/11? Now, we know that in 2013, Turkey helped move sarin gas into Syria, and they were involved in the attack on Damascus. Now, Saudi Arabia gave $250 million to the Clinton Foundation, and they expected something in return. They wanted to run an oil pipeline through Syria into Turkey, and so they launched a war against Syria, which was a neutral, non-belligerent country. They launched it in 2011, and they are determined that they're going to win at all costs. The only way at this point that the terrorists will win is if they can draw the United States into this war on the side of the terrorists.
Richard, I'm sorry.
Syria is an opportunity for us because Syria plays an important role in the Middle East, particularly right now. Syria is Iran's only ally in the Arab world. It's their route to the sea. It's the route for them to arm Hezbollah in Lebanon, which threatens, of course, our ally Israel. And so seeing Syria remove Assad is a very high priority for us. We need to make sure as well that we coordinate this effort with our allies, and particularly with Israel. But the Saudis and the Qatari and the Turks are all very concerned about this. They're willing to work with us. We need to have a very effective leadership effort in Syria, making sure that the insurgents there are armed.
And so everything we're doing in consultation with our partners in the region, including Israel, which obviously has a huge interest in seeing what happens in Syria, coordinating with Turkey and other countries in the region that have a great interest in this.